Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real English Talks.
Hello, Gracie. I am so happy to be here today.
Me too, Alex, because today we have a fantastic topic about the future and making progress.
Yes, we are talking about learning new things this year, new skills, new hobbies, new goals. I love this energy.
It is exciting to start fresh. So, the big question is, what new skill do you want to learn this year?
Oh, I have a huge list, Gracie. I want to learn two things, actually.
Two things? That is ambitious. Tell me the first one.
The first one is simple. I want to learn how to cook Italian food perfectly.
Italian food, like making fresh pasta and perfect pizza. That sounds wonderful.
Exactly. I love pasta, but my pasta is always terrible. It's too soft.
Oh no! You need to watch more cooking videos online. Do you watch tutorials for cooking?
I watch some, yes. I need to practice the timing. I think timing is the key skill when cooking pasta.
I agree. So, what is your concrete plan for this cooking skill?
I will buy new pots, I will buy fresh tomatoes, I will cook dinner every Saturday night this month.
That is a very concrete plan. I like that. I'll come over for the taste test when you're ready.
Please do. Now, what about you? What skill do you want to learn this year?
Actually, my goal is the complete opposite of cooking. It's a language.
A language? Wow, that's a challenging goal. Which one are you learning?
I want to learn Portuguese this year. I think it's a beautiful language.
Portuguese? That's so cool. Why Portuguese specifically?
Because I want to travel to Brazil next year, I need to speak the language before I go there.
That's great motivation. Travel is the best reason to learn. How do you practice every day?
I practice vocabulary in the morning. I study for only 30 minutes. I use short phrases.
30 minutes is perfect. Short study time is very effective, I think. You don't get tired.
Yes, and I practice speaking with an online friend on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So you use the language immediately. That is the best way to learn a new skill, using it right away.
It is difficult, Alex, I won't lie. The pronunciation is hard, but it's fun when I understand a new word.
I understand completely. Learning something new is always a challenge at the start, especially languages.
But we must keep practicing. Practice makes progress. It's a slow process.
Do you use a specific course for Portuguese or just phone apps?
I bought an online course last month. It has video lessons and audio files.
Video lessons are great for pronunciation practice. Do you listen to music too?
I listen to Brazilian music in the car. I don't understand the words yet, but I like the rhythm and the sounds.
That's passive learning. Very smart. I do that when I want to learn a new song on the guitar.
Wait, do you play the guitar? That is a skill you already have.
Yes, I play, but I want to improve my speed. I want to learn 3 new, faster songs this month.
Ah, so you're improving an existing skill, not starting a totally new one from zero.
Exactly. It's still a learning goal. I practice for 15 minutes after work every evening.
15 minutes is better than 0 minutes. That's a good mindset for learning anything.
I think that's the secret to learning anything. Consistency, small actions every day.
Consistency is everything, but sometimes learning these things cost a lot of time or money.
That is a perfect point. We should talk about the challenges of learning next.
Absolutely. We need to discuss how we manage the time to study when we have busy lives.
Let's save that deep discussion for the next segment. We have so much more to share about learning habits. We were talking about consistency being the secret, but you mentioned time and money. Those are huge obstacles.
They are, Alex. I want to learn Spanish, but I look at the prices for private lessons and I think, oh no, that is too expensive.
I understand completely. Did you look at online courses instead? They're usually much cheaper than a private tutor.
I did. I found a great course online, but it requires 2 hours of study every Saturday morning.
2 hours is a big commitment. What do you usually do on Saturday morning? Do you sleep late?
I try to sleep late, but sometimes I have to go to the supermarket and run errands. Saturday morning is my busiest time.
So the problem is not money, it's scheduling. You need to find a time slot that works for you.
Exactly. My learning goal is blocked by my schedule. How do you find time for your guitar practice?
I am very strict about my schedule. I practice the guitar immediately after I finish eating dinner.
After dinner? That's usually when I sit on the sofa and watch a show. That's my relaxation time.
That's the difference. I use my post-dinner time for focused practice, but only for 15 minutes. It's short.
15 minutes is manageable. I could probably find 15 minutes right before I go to bed.
Try it. Maybe you can download a Spanish learning app for those 15 minutes before sleeping.
That's a great idea. I'll try the micro-learning method, learning in tiny, focused blocks.
And that brings us back to consistency. Tiny blocks every day are better than a huge block once a month.
Totally agree. But what about the money obstacle? If you want to learn something really specific, like coding, the good courses are expensive.
That's true. For technical skills, the investment is higher. I once wanted to learn video editing.
Oh no, video editing is very difficult. Did you buy an expensive course?
I almost did. It cost $500 for the complete online package. I was ready to buy it.
$500 is a lot of money. What did you do instead? Did you give up the skill?
No way. I went to YouTube and I typed free video editing tutorial for beginners.
And did you find good quality content for free? Seriously?
I found amazing content. I learned the basics of cutting, adding music, and transitions all for $0.
Wow, that is smart. So sometimes the obstacle is not the money, but knowing where to look for the information.
That is the modern secret to learning. We are so lucky to have access to so much information online.
It's true, we have to be disciplined to search and filter the good information from the bad.
Filtering is the new skill we all need. If you don't know what to search for, you just waste time.
I think that is a learning goal for everyone, actually, learning how to use the search engine efficiently.
I love that. Let's make that a new skill for 2026. Efficient searching. I need to improve that too.
Okay, so we have covered time, money, and now filtering information. What about motivation?
Motivation. That is the thing that disappears after the first 2 weeks of any new hobby.
I know. I start learning something, I feel super excited on day 1, and by day 15, I am bored.
That is very common. I think motivation is the spark, but habit is the fuel.
Habit is the fuel. That is a perfect phrase. I need to copy that phrase and put it on my wall.
Please do. When I stopped feeling motivated about the guitar, I just kept the 15-minute routine.
So you practiced even when you didn't feel like it. That takes serious self-control.
It does, but I made it a non-negotiable part of my evening. Brush teeth, wash face, practice guitar. It's a sequence.
Making it part of a sequence is genius. I should link my Spanish study to my morning coffee routine.
Coffee and Spanish. Perfect combination. You already drink the coffee, so adding the study is a small step.
The small steps that create the big results, right? I feel much better about starting my Spanish journey now.
Me too. I feel like we just solved 3 of the biggest learning problems for our listeners right here.
We did, and I hope they're taking notes about these simple sentences and ideas they can use and steal and use in their own English conversations tomorrow.
Absolutely. We always encourage our listeners to use these simple phrases in their own English conversations tomorrow.
Use the phrase, habit is the fuel, or small actions every day. They are useful and easy to remember.
Perfect copy-paste phrases. Now, before we wrap up this segment, I want to talk about one more thing, the learning buddy.
Oh, a learning buddy, like a study partner? Is that important?
It is super important for me. When I was learning how to cook new recipes, I did it with a friend.
Tell me more. Did you meet every week to cook together? That sounds fun.
We met every Sunday. We picked one new recipe, bought the ingredients, and cooked it badly together.
Cooked it badly, but wasn't that frustrating?
No, it was funnier. Because we were both making mistakes, we didn't feel stupid. We shared the tension.
That is a great point. Sharing the frustration makes the learning process feel less heavy.
Exactly. A learning buddy provides accountability and fun. Who's your Spanish learning buddy?
I don't have one yet. Maybe I need to find someone who also wants to learn Spanish from zero.
You should definitely look for one. It helps keep your motivation high when you're having a bad study day.
I think I will post on a local community board and ask, who wants to be my Spanish buddy?
That's a proactive energy. That's the kind of energy you need for a new learning goal.
I am feeling energized now. But wait, what if the learning buddy is better than you?
That's actually great. They can teach you and pull you forward. It's a faster way to improve.
So don't compare negatively, but see it as an opportunity to improve faster. I like that perspective.
Comparison is the thief of joy, but collaboration is the builder of skill.
Another great phrase. We are full of wisdom today.
We are. We've talked a lot about the how to manage time and money.
But we haven't talked about the why. Why do we want to learn these things in the first place?
That is the deepest question of the day. The why determines if the skill sticks or if you quit.
We absolutely must discuss the deep reasons for learning. That sounds like a perfect topic for the next part.
I agree. Let's shift gears and explore the core motivation behind setting these huge goals.
Let's do it. We'll dive into the emotional side of learning right after this.
Stay with us because the next segment is all about finding your personal purpose.
Okay, we are back, and the energy is focused now on the why of learning.
Exactly. For me, the primary why is always communication, especially when traveling.
Communication is important, but do you mean talking to people or strictly just reading signs? Be specific.
I mean talking to real people when I travel. I absolutely hate feeling helpless in a new country.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. That moment when you cannot even order a coffee properly.
That is the ultimate concrete motivation. My personal why is ordering that coffee without pointing aggressively at the menu.
That is a beautiful, very actionable learning goal. My why is slightly different. It started in the office.
Tell me your why. Is it professional growth or something more personal and emotional?
It started professionally. I was in a very important meeting and I couldn't understand the technical terms being used.
Oh no, that sounds incredibly frustrating, especially if you felt like you were supposed to know them.
It was embarrassing. I had to ask my colleague to explain the simple concepts later, outside of the room.
So the motivation became, I need to understand everything that is happening on this table.
Precisely. I want to feel capable and ready for the next level in my career without hesitation.
That is a very powerful internal drive. You are learning for confidence, not just for a piece of paper or a certificate.
Confidence is the key word, truly. When I use a new sentence correctly, I feel powerful and ready for more challenges.
I love that. Feeling powerful through simple sentences. That is the essence of real progress in any skill.
Now we have defined two strong whys: practical travel communication and professional confidence.
We want to know your why, too. What drives you to learn this new skill?
Maybe you want to talk to your grandchildren or finally watch movies without having to use subtitles.
Those are great concrete examples. Think about the small daily action that truly motivates you to sit down and study.
Tell us your motivation in the comments below. We read all of your responses. It is so encouraging for us.
We really do look for those comments. And remember the simple phrase structure we're using constantly.
Like, I learn because I travel. It's simple, it's clear, it's easy to copy and paste into your own life.
Or, I study to feel capable. Short, clear phrases help you make fast progress quickly.
We need to use these short phrases often. Repetition is actually how your brain learns and remembers new things.
Learning is not always about work or necessity, though. Sometimes it's just for pure fun.
Absolutely. What's something you're learning right now just for the pure enjoyment of it?
I recently started learning how to bake sourdough bread. It's surprisingly difficult and scientific.
Baking? That's so specific and technical. Are you using a book or an online video course?
I bought a very old recipe book from a secondhand store downtown. It's written in tiny, faded script.
Oh, a physical old book. That adds a layer of challenge and maybe some historical context.
It does. What's the hardest part of baking bread, in my experience?
Tell me, is it the mixing or the high temperatures?
It's waiting for the dough to rise. It requires extreme patience, which I do not naturally have.
That requires focus and a new kind of discipline. See, learning a hobby improves other unrelated skills.
It totally does. I'm learning patience, precise measurement, and the absolute joy of a good, heavy loaf.
And you can eat the results immediately. That's instant, satisfying feedback for your efforts.
We're talking about learning goals, and these small, edible successes are what keep us going every day.
We've covered the time management, the why, and even complex bread baking.
We still need to discuss the fear of making mistakes. That stops so many people before they even start.
That's the biggest mental block. People are afraid of sounding silly when they try to speak a new language.
We need a whole segment dedicated completely to normalizing mistakes and celebrating tiny victories instead.
That's a crucial topic for anyone starting a new skill, especially a language or a difficult hobby.
Before we get there, please make sure you hit that like button and share this episode if you're enjoying this conversation.
Yes, sharing is caring. It helps us keep creating these useful, simple English talks for all of you.
We're going to tackle how to handle failure and mistakes right after this quick short pause.
Get ready to feel totally comfortable with failure because we're going to completely reframe what it means.
Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back to talk about embracing mistakes as part of the process.
We're back and we're talking about the biggest wall people hit, the fear of failure.
It's not the failure itself, it's the fear of looking silly in front of other people.
Exactly. You're trying to speak English and you say the wrong verb and your mind just shuts down completely.
That happens to everyone. I still mispronounce words in my second language all the time, even simple ones.
And what do? Do you stop talking forever? No way.
I just laugh, correct myself, and I try the sentence again, maybe a little slower this time.
We need to normalize the phrase, I made a mistake and that's okay.
It's more than okay. It's actually proof that you're trying to practice the skill actively.
If you're learning to bake bread, you'll definitely burn the first 3 loaves. That's just the law of learning.
Yes, the burnt bread is your teacher. It tells you exactly what you did wrong with the oven temperature.
So the burnt bread teaches us. What's the equivalent in language learning?
The moment someone corrects your pronunciation and you remember the right sound the very next time.
That's a tiny victory. It means the correction successfully entered your long-term memory instantly.
We spend too much energy worrying about the huge errors instead of celebrating those small, useful corrections.
What's a small victory you had recently while learning something new, Alex?
I was learning a complicated software program, and I finally figured out one very specific keyboard shortcut.
Oh my gosh, those shortcuts are so complicated and hard to memorize. That is a truly great victory.
It saved me 3 minutes of clicking every single time I use the program now. Time saved is a huge win.
3 minutes saved is 3 minutes gained for more practice. I love that definition of success.
For me, the small victory in my new cooking class was finally making a good, creamy sauce.
Sauces are difficult because they require perfect timing and very specific measurements.
I failed the sauce 3 times last week. It was either too thin or it was completely too salty.
But did you stop cooking? No, you just changed the process and tried again with new information.
I learned that I need to measure the salt precisely. I cannot just estimate the amount casually.
That is the concrete lesson. Failure gives you the precise instructions for success in the future.
So if a listener is trying to speak English and they're afraid, what simple phrase should they use?
They should use, please correct my English. That is simple, clear, and very direct to the listener.
Please correct my English. I love that because it shows confidence, not weakness at all.
It shows you're serious about learning and you're ready to use the mistake as a powerful tool.
Another great one is, I will try that word again. Simple sentences are always the easiest to use.
Yes, keep it simple. I will try that word again. Use clear words that the other person immediately understands.
We don't need complex vocabulary to talk about making a mistake. We just need action.
We need clear action. Action is the key element when you're learning any new skill.
When I make a mistake, I immediately repeat the correct phrase 3 times out loud to cement it.
That technique is gold. Repetition is how you move information from the short-term memory to the long-term.
I need to practice my Spanish pronouns more often because I keep mixing them up in conversation.
So, your next step is to create simple sentences using only those pronouns and repeat them out loud.
That is a very concrete and actionable plan. Thank you for the structure, Gracie.
We want all our listeners to have these small, concrete steps they can take starting today.
We've talked about the fear of failure and the concrete actions to take after a mistake happens.
But how do we maintain this energy? How do we stay consistent every single week?
Consistency is the quiet engine of success. It's not the big, flashy, one-time moment.
We need to discuss how to build a powerful learning habit, not just a temporary learning goal.
Before we dive into the power of consistent habits, please remember to subscribe to this podcast right now.
Subscribing means you never miss these practical, high-energy English conversations we create.
We are committed to giving you simple English phrases you can steal and use tomorrow morning.
Next, we're discussing the absolute magic of 20 minutes of practice every single day.
20 minutes of practice consistently is better than 4 hours once a month. It's a huge difference.
Stay with us. We're building those unbreakable learning habits together right now in the next segment. The magic is truly in the 20 minutes every single day.
If you can do one small thing consistently, you're already winning the learning game.
We want to remind everyone that learning English is not a sprint. It's a marathon of small, happy steps.
And mistakes are just data points. They're not failures. They're signals that you're trying hard.
We hope this entire conversation gave you permission to fail and the tools to succeed immediately after.
That's our main mission here at Real English Talks: practical tools and high motivation.
We are so incredibly grateful that you spent this time learning and practicing with us today.
Your time is valuable, and we appreciate you investing it in improving your English skills here.
If you found this conversation useful, if you learned one new phrase today, please hit that like button right now.
Hitting like is a small, concrete action that tells the algorithm this is good content.
It helps other students just like you discover our simple and energetic English talks.
So please show us some love. We truly rely on your support to keep producing these episodes.
And sharing is caring. Do you have a friend or a study partner who's also trying to learn English?
Send them this link. Invite them to join our community of practical, real-world English speakers.
Learning a new skill is much easier and much more fun when you have someone to share the journey with.
That's a wonderful concrete action you can take today. Share this talk with one person.
Now, we talked about subscribing earlier, but I need to ask you one more time.
If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Do it before you leave.
Subscribing ensures that you never miss these practical, high-energy conversations we release every week.
We promise to keep delivering simple English phrases you can steal and use tomorrow morning.
Our commitment is to give you clarity and confidence in speaking, not just complicated grammar rules.
We focus on communication, and subscribing is your direct ticket to improving your communication skills.
Before we officially wrap up this fantastic discussion, Alex, I have a burning question for our listeners.
Ah, the moment of truth. What do we want to hear from them in the comments section?
We talked a lot about the power of small, consistent habits, the 20-minute rule.
Yes, the tiny action that makes a huge difference over time.
So, our question is simple. What is the one simple, concrete thing you are going to practice tomorrow?
Not a big, abstract goal like I will study English for 4 hours. We want the concrete action.
Is it practicing one phrase while you drink your coffee? Is it listening to 5 minutes of a podcast?
Is it writing down 3 new words from this episode? Tell us your tiny, actionable plan.
Your answer helps us understand how you are applying this knowledge immediately, which is the key to learning.
We read every single comment, and we love seeing your commitment to these small steps.
So, type your answer in the comments below.
We are excited to hear your concrete action plan for tomorrow.
Remember, success is built one small brick at a time, not in one giant leap.
Keep that energy high, keep practicing those clear, simple sentences, and keep pushing forward.
We have absolutely loved having this conversation with you today. It was inspiring.
Thank you again for joining Real English Talks. We are already looking forward to our next discussion.
Keep focusing on progress, not perfection. That's the winning mindset.
We'll talk to you again very soon.
Bye for now, everyone. Happy learning.